So let's talk about Betty. As you can imagine, it all began when the Lord decided he wanted to make a new person. The Lord looked down on America and he thought to himself, not such a good time to be black. I'm gonna make him black. And then God looked down at America for a second time and he thought to himself, not the best time for the ladies either. Gonna make her a girl. And then, just for the hay of it, God said, let's make her short too. And so he made her shorter than pretty much everyone else. And then the Lord rubbed his palms together and he thought to himself, man, it's gonna be so awesome watching her succeed at everything. So strap in for these highlights as we review the achievements this black 4'11" young lady cooks up for herself. She graduates in 1945, which was a time of war and segregation. But of course none of that deterred her. She graduates from Bishop College in 49 with a bachelor's degree in English Lit. And thus begins the adventures of Betty's success. Just 4 years after instantly slaying the job market, Betty has a sweet little baby girl named Trina. But of course, becoming a parent doesn't slow her down. She just keeps on knocking down those doors. Then she moves to California and starts really taking names. Not just at work, but in school when she earns her master's degree at the University of California. We're just going to call this the director era, because this is when she started directing everything. You better sit there like the diva you are and stare off into the distance pondering your awesomeness. Ponder it. Ponder the awesomeness. This next era we'll call the superintendency. Now pay attention, kids, because this one's going by fast. Here we go. In 1981, she becomes assistant superintendent. In 82, she earns her EDD in education doctorate. In 83, she becomes grandmother of an incredibly stinkingly precious button of a little girl. In 88, she hops on over to Gary, Indiana to become the first female superintendent of schools. In 1990, she returns to Oklahoma City to serve as special assistant to superintendent and later assistant superintendent for instructions. Then in 1993, she becomes the first black female superintendent of Oklahoma City Public Schools, because apparently she likes being first at things. In 1995, she pranked us all and led us to believe she was retiring, but it was all a ruse, because in 1996, she became superintendent of the St. John Christian Heritage Academy, where she stayed for 17 years. That's right, folks, 17. And that, my friends, is the story of that little black girl who grew to be so tall in spirit and heart, making God beam and brim with pride, especially upon seeing her become the boss of so many people, all of whom I guarantee you were exponentially taller than she was. Building an impeccable resume, not of jobs, but of impact, making groundbreaking strides in history as a black female American, all in the midst of wars, civil unrest, racial and gender inequality, especially in the workforce, and single parenthood. So someone, please, get the woman a cape.
Created using Powtoon.